Black Light here. See, y'all don't want to hear this kind of history, the truth, because there's so many of our people that want to mingle with black people. They find every kind. Mingle with white people. White people naturally want to mingle with the black people. They feed off of the black man's energy. They get all the ideas from the black man's uh, presence. They drain from his energy, his vibrations, in more ways than one. Sometimes when you go into the hospital, they steal your parts, your body parts. Uh, they steal all your music, your dances come from black people. Why? Because we are the original people of the planet. They stole all our knowledge and brainwashed or brain conditioned the black man into thinking that he's less than the Caucasian. They don't want you to know that you're the God of the universe. They don't want you to know this. So they got to tell lies to not only you, but they people. Because they people come not knowing nothing. You come into the world not knowing nothing. And since the Caucasian conquered you, kidnapped you, made you prisoners of war, then a slave, then you don't have no self-esteem and you think, they did all kind of trickery and you think that they your God because they put a picture of Jesus Christ being Caucasian in the Bible, misinterpreted the Bible to you since you don't know English and know all the tricks of the trade of the Caucasians. You fall for all the Caucasians' tricks because you rely on the Caucasians for everything. You don't know how to do for yourself. And every time you did do for yourself, like Tulsa, Black Wall Street, Rosewood, and other incidents, then they tear it down. They send agents and spies into all your organizations and meetings and use money to entice and to have brothers turn against each other, have brothers assassinate each other, either financially or physically or mentally. And we are fighting among ourselves. Gangs once were meant for the protection of the neighborhood, now are killing each other. And then you got these all these different organizations that's financed by Caucasians. You had the NAACP financed by Caucasians. The only organization that was pure and righteous, so we got to keep that word righteous in there, because a lot of our brothers done turned walked in the footsteps of the devil, and they done turned devil, and they now practicing unrighteousness among each other. That fake dollar got them in that kind of mindset, and they didn't never uh, understand that the dollar or the banking system is a creation of Satan himself. And so that's where we at now. And they believe every lie that come out the Caucasian mouth. They believe every lie that come out of his mouth. And it hasn't been after the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, there hasn't been no one to clearly articulate the truth of black people and Caucasian. So each generation grow up with the lack of knowing who they are, a degree of not knowing what they can, what their capabilities of really doing is. The mothers are not teaching them because they let the television and the school system miseducate them. And so here we are. So there are those of us like myself, and I know some more brothers out there. As you see that my numbers are very low, my sub numbers are very low, because there's not that many brothers that really practice righteousness and the truth and justice, you know. So and a lot of them don't uh, come on the YouTube or even Facebook, anything, but they know. So a lot of them, you don't have to be Muslim, you know, or join with the Nation of Islam, you know, to know the truth, the real truth. But righteousness is Islam, you know. I mean, we get into word play and what words really mean. Well, we don't have that kind of, black people in general don't have that kind of education with words. So the white man invented English using all the other original languages. And we taught them that. We taught them mathematics. We taught them that. So let's go all the way back to the beginning of the birth of America and the American flag. They had slaves back then. They had wars back then. They were killing up the original native population. We say sometimes referred to as the red man or the brown man. And they were killing them up. And then they went to Africa and they got a Pacific tribe in 1555, the tribe of Shabazz, a tribe of civilized, intelligent brothers and sisters to help them build up America. And they did that. This is the initial war against Africa and black people. They've been going over there. Alexander the Great, the Romans, the Germans, all of them been trying to invade Africa. Africa was asleep also. They just not waking up to the devilment of the Caucasian. And that's a good thing, but what I'm saying, the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to do for self, to separate, and get ready for the war of Armageddon. We in that day of separation. We in that day of the war of Armageddon. A lot of our people are not paying attention to the history. We tried to reform the Caucasian, but since this coronavirus came out, he's been inventing all kind of diseases, Ebola, AIDS, you know, blaming it on other people, blaming this coronavirus on China. We're getting into a day where they poisoning the water, poisoning the atmosphere, poisoning the food, you know. So ain't no time for compromising and trying to mingle or trying to integrate. We must separate. We must separate, because if when the Almighty, when he see, gradually the Almighty been coming in on the Caucasian. But check this out. Detroit, July the 4th, 1930. Enters Master Farad Muhammad. For all praises are due forever. We thank him for raising up the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Detroit was a city, a test, and Islam got a hold of Detroit. That's why you got greats like Barry Gordon, Don Davis. It's a bank in Detroit now called First Independent Bank of Detroit. Independent. I mean, Detroit, we that's why you got white flight. You know. But brothers, you know, we had unrighteous brothers. This is why righteousness is so important to righteous unity. Organized righteous black unity. Because some brothers want to take advantage of the vulnerability of our brothers and sisters. And we got to stop that if we want to win this battle. Otherwise, we'll be at a terrible loss. And who's to say we're going to recover? Because we're getting a chance by Allah to be righteous. That's why he's sending out storms by degrees. Time running short, so we're going to have to come back. Black light.